Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I was gone for a couple of days because I was moving, but I should be back now on the regular schedule. Hope everyone is doing fine. We of course right away are going to dive in to look at a few trading setups for Bitcoin. And today I first want to pick up where we left off, and that was I think approximately somewhere Thursday here-ish, I think. I was actually looking to take a short here from that naked point of control backtest of that big support area, support and resistance area. Where of course it was support here, now flipping to resistance. So once I saw the first rejection, I thought, oh, actually this might be looking nice if we go up one more time, hitting that naked point of control into that area, and then to take the short trade. But that didn't happen. August was August once again, and after a single tap we just went lower. Well, what was the single tap? In hindsight, it was the close of a CME gap that we made. So here that CME gap was created, was in the time that there was no trading on CME, but Bitcoin price circus goes on 24/7. That is when the gap was created, and then eventually we filled the gap, tapped it to the dang dollar, and then we went lower. I did, however, take the long from this low right here. On Friday we had one low, we had a second low, then we had that thick yellow line. That was another low that we made, and said, well, we're front running this so much, we're probably gonna get down to eventually take that low. Well, we did it on Friday. I got into the trade, and I barely took any profit. Only I think it was 20% of the of my total position, because for me these areas really had the potential to be a runner, and therefore I wanted to leave most of the position on the table, and in case we are getting a big squeeze to the upside, that I'm exposed in the, on the long side. Unfortunately for me, I got stopped out on Sunday night. So yes, I did move my stop loss to break even after I got the entry in a very small TP, but of course not the result that I hoped for. With that being said, let's then now zoom out, because we were looking at the 15 minute, and now we're looking here at the 4 hour. I also, by the way, just got a pop-up. As you can see, that's Bitcoin is getting into a area where it's trying to close the CME gap that we created this weekend. That gap, by the way, is very, very small, so nothing to write home about. We are just past and over that golden pocket. However, the golden pocket area is then measured from this low, but actually if I pull it all the way here to these lows, then of course we have the golden pocket at that very much preferred area that I'm already looking at, where we have two daily levels, golden pocket, naked weekly point of control, and the very low of this entire range. So in other words, if we're looking for longs, yes, we still have a possible long from this absolute low. A second one would still be from that macro golden pocket, my most preferred area. And then the third one would be if we are going lower once again to take out the liquidity underneath this low. And like I said, if we are losing this and we're not getting a bounce here from that most preferred area, oh, I'm afraid we are going to retest all of these lows. But we're taking it a level by level, trade by trade. So first, now my first preferred long would be to take a long from this low once we are taking out that liquidity. So actually this one we can also take off. Then for the short trades, this one is slightly more difficult because we have these sloping highs. I actually hope that they stay intact once we go lower, because that is then eventually a reason to go higher. Once we start reclaiming this, just as the same as what is said here, once it goes, it goes. So this can actually be a very fast move here to the upside. That is this area right here. So be careful for that. Once we just start surpassing these highs, it can go very fast to take that out. This right away actually could also be a short trade, so I am going to put it in, and that is then a short from this very local high. You're just past the point of control, and then at least aim to these lows, but probably I would aim to get lower. So that is from here, and then an S&P from these highs right here. Let me right away put that in chart so that you guys can see it. And that will be then from approximately that 59, let's say 60k. 60k ish is then the trade. What do I want to see? I need to see some confirmation, as in bearish CVD. You're most likely not going to get it. Could be an SFP where you just right away lose a level. That will be my short entry, stop loss above the high, or some bearish divergences once we reach that level, and I preferably want to see the money flow in my favor. So the money flow already need to go lower. If we're looking at market Cipher B real quick, then it is a little bit ambiguous. Actually, this is what you want to see for a bullish divergence. Matter of fact, we have it already, right? You have your prices is constantly making lower lows, and then your momentum wave is making a higher low. Money flow in this case, that's a red in your screen, is not really in your favor, so maybe we need to roll over one more time. On the hourly, it actually also looks pretty good, to be honest. Also here you have your bullish divergence on multiple time frames. Money flow is curving up, so doesn't look all too bad. But like I said, I would like us to go lower to take out the liquidity before we are going higher. If I'm then quickly zooming in to the daily, also here I have to say it doesn't look all too bad, because you still have your VWAP higher, your money flow curving inwards, RSIs are meh, and the momentum wave is not even that deep. So I have to say it looks like we are setting up for a very nice push to the upside. And the fact that we are going lower now right away at the beginning of the month actually is a bullish sign. So to quickly zoom out here on the monthly, and I'm going to take everything out, whoop, just like that, you can see that we had again a red month in August. That's also something I very much expected. I would have been very surprised if we would end in the green, because we had such a big dump all the way here to the lows. Whoops. Such a big dump all the way here to lows to, was it 49k-ish, so to eventually close in the green, that would be something special. So I am not surprised. At the end here in August we dumped down 8.75%. You can see usually August is not such a strong month. The month of September, historically speaking, is also a pretty bad month. However, I am optimistic. I think we can go out slightly green, and the reason is because the previous months have been a bit, you know, we have a minus of 8.75%, plus 3%, minus 7%, so just not the strongest months. It's really just a sideways consolidation. So something that I would like to see for this month candle is that we are going lower first, and then eventually to go higher to close the candle there, and then you have a green candle close. But the fact that we are going down first is actually very bullish, because most of the candles there are being produced always have a wick to the upside, to the downside. And as you can see, this candle right here has no wick to the upside yet. So the fact that we are going lower, let's say that happens in the next couple days, and we are not making a wick right now on the upside, actually makes me very bullish, and therefore I am very much inclined to long every retrace that I'm seeing. So therefore I am staying relatively bullish. I think that the chances that the low is in on that 49k are still relatively high. I also said this last week. So therefore I am treating everything as a possible swing trade, just like I did last Friday. That means I take no profit or slight profit, and my goal is to let it run. If I get a chance to short, in case I am very wrong, then I will do so on very technical areas or levels. I have another alert that probably will pop up in a few minutes once the CME gap is closed. That could for me be a very local short trade, or once we are taking out something like these highs, or once we are taking out something like these highs right here. But you know, I really need to see something very locally in the chart. I will try to update you on Twitter, but no guarantees of the management, so I will try to do that. But that is kind of what I'm looking out for. And of course I also need to have market Cipher B in my favor. For example, right now we are, this is just on the spot, you can see that the 4 hour is printing a green dot, so most likely we will see some sideways to upward action before we can roll over again. Of course the green dots first need to be confirmed, and the same goes here for the 1 hour. As you can see here, and then I actually really need to zoom in a lot, you can see that it still takes a few 1 hour candles before this is rolling over. And trust me, if you are using this indicator, if your higher time frames are not backing up your smaller time frames, so let's say in this case the higher time frames say we probably need to go a little bit up to sideways before we can roll over, be careful with your shorts. If the higher time frames, once you reach that level, are still very bullish, I'm not taking the trade. Same goes for here. Same goes for here. I want to see a confirmation as well on the higher time frame, knowing that those time frames are backing up the small time frame idea. And the reason, of course, behind it is that bigger time frames are much stronger than the smaller time frames, and therefore yes, you can scalp, but if your trend is up for a very long time and you're scalping on a 5 minute, then you always need to take profit quite fast if you're trading in the other direction. Something like 0.5%, 0.7, 1% max. If you then not have taken profit, then you already make a mistake. So make sure that you keep that in mind. I am looking very locally for a short. I'm not thinking that it will be a runner, but never say never. In case I'm wrong, that at least I am exposed to the short side. For now, my long for Friday got stopped out. That was a break even, so that was completely fine, and I'm still looking for long trades in case we are going lower, in case we are taking out this low again that we just created, in case we are taking out the liquidity that we just created. I'm not putting on, by the way, this trade. Let's say we do something like this. Most likely I will not take it. I want to see a deeper retracement, but yeah, that is just the 2 or 3 long trades I'm now looking for. S&P, golden pocket, taking out the lows, and a short will be very locally, probably an S&P from the local levels, and yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I will try to go live again later today. So far internet has been a little bit wonky here in this new place, so I need to see if it will work out. If so, then of course you get a pop-up. Make sure then of course that you are subscribed to the channel, and then also make sure that you click on the bell and click on all, if else you will not get the notification. And please guys, do me a favor, once you're down there anyways, also click on the like button or leave me a comment. I will be more than happy to answer all of your questions that you have. And I want to thank you guys so much again for tuning in, and see you very soon in the next one. Bye bye.